you don't want to toy around with heat like this. It can be fatal, even at latitudes of the such you're at.
The Pacific Northwest is seeing some unseasonably hot temperatures. The most extreme heat will grip the region this weekend, and some meteorologists are saying it's a heat wave of concern.
I think several things make this one particularly concerning. One is that it's happening early, right?
Meteorologist and journalist Robert Henson in Boulder, Colorado, says southern BC and the rest of the Pacific Northwest is facing what could be one of the worst heat waves in its history.
Your heat waves tend to peak in July, say into August, and here we are, still in late June. And it's very possible that this weekend, early next week, you could see the hottest June temperature ever recorded in Vancouver. Check on folks if there are folks who are maybe older or just not very communicative, and they might be kind of cooped up in an apartment for several days.
City News meteorologist Michael Coos says there are a couple of other anomalies with the hot weather.
And the UV index, of course, this time of year is incredibly high, pushing extreme. And that's what we often don't see when we get into late July, early August, the combination of the temperatures and the very high UV indices, because the sun angle is a little bit lower as we get into the heart of summer.
Coos also says the region won't cool off properly during the weekend evenings.
It's not the daytime highs, which are going to be up there in the 30s. It's the overnight lows when it only gets down to 18 to 20 degrees. That's really unusual. So we don't get that cool off, that cooler stretch to the early parts of the day that we're so accustomed to around here.
The heat builds up, right? And if you can't get the heat out of your structure, then it can get uncomfortably hot, not only during the day, but at night. And by the same token, your body doesn't get a chance to cool down.
WorkSafe BC says there have been about 100 claims related to heat stress injuries in the last 3 years.
If you're not taking care and managing kind of your fluid intakes, as well as staying cool or taking breaks to stay cool, you can run into dizziness and nausea, muscle cramps, fainting.
Henson says we can expect more heat like this in the future.
I think this is a harbinger of the kind of thing to expect more of with time. You can't ever say a heat wave is 100% climate change, because weather happens, right? But that extra smidgen of heat on top of what would be a normal heat wave, that's how I like to think of a change in climate.
In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.